so we are off to Lancaster, but wanted to get you sorry it's dark, but I wanted to get you a good first ride on the Shadow, because the last 2 times I've been out it's been misty and rainy and the footage just hasn't been good. So I apologize for it being dark. Hopefully the footage is better, but you know what, looks like we're getting misty and crud again. So anyway, we'll just make it work. Hopefully it's not that way the whole trip. So yeah, I got the Shadow running. Let's do a little bit of talk on the just initially on the Shadow. This is a 1984 Honda Shadow VT700C. So this is a tariff bike. First year for that. That's when Harley-Davidson got the government to put tariffs on the imports, so they wouldn't have as much competition. Well, this bike's an 84 and still runs like a champ. So I don't know. Harley did have their best growth years ever at that time. But yeah, that aside, that's what we're riding. And you can see there's a little red line in there. That is at 55. So back then a lot of the freeways were max speed 55. So that's on a lot of older vehicles from the 80s and such. See if you can see in there. Anyway, back to the Shadow. This has 6 speeds. Horsepower is about 62, 63. And guess I should have studied up before I left, but I believe torque was about 45. But this puppy will get up and go, but it's very forgiving, easy to ride. There's certainly things I would change on it if I keep the bike, but for now I'm just gonna ride it. All I want to do is ride. When I first got the bike, it was a running and riding motorcycle. I rode it home, didn't get it out a lot, kept it on the charger, and all was good. Well, then I didn't charge it one day and realized it actually isn't good, because the battery wouldn't charge on its own. The charging system was shot. Now, I got this in a trade from my buddy, and to be honest, he was honest with me, but the previous owner said the charging system was replaced. So what's that tell you? New stator, probably a new battery. Well, when I ripped into the stator, there was burnt spots. You can go back and watch that video. I think I posted that. If I didn't, I will get it processed and get it up. But definitely needed a new stator, so I put one in, and I'm actually still running the old battery. It tests fine and it does hold a charge, so I'm hoping it actually is good, because if it's not, I might not make it home tonight. Just to tell you, but the battery does seem fine. Other than that, the tank was a little rusty, so I cleaned that out. I have not cleaned carburetors on it, but I did run some Berryman's B12 through it, and it seems fine. Like normally you'd say it was sitting, you should probably clean the carburetors. Well, seems fine to me. But what did I change? I think I needed a left rear turn signal bulb, and I do need to put an indicator bulb. There was not one on oil pressure, so I actually stole that. Well, no, there was no bulb in there. Still no bulb in there, which there should be before I'm riding it a lot. But I stole the right turn signal bulb to go and look for a bulb for that. So I also don't have a right turn signal bulb, so you won't see that flashing. It'll just be the turn signal. But I took this for an hour ride this morning. It was misty and the footage did not come out good, so figured I'd take you along tonight. But as you can see, she gets up and goes. There are actually some things I need to get some bolts to secure the rear seat. Hopefully that does not fly off on me. But it's a really nice night to ride, so I figured, hey, I'm going. It's actually kind of warm out. I'm sure when I come home it might be a little chilly, but alright, we were in 4th and now we're in 5th doing 60. If I am in 5th, if I shift up now, you'll see overdrive on the dashboard. Let me show you here in a second. There you go. Overdrive is 6 speed. And that's just for when you're out cruising. It's not always perfect for when you're on the smaller roads, because you got to shift down to 5th to take off. But you can see temperature gauge. That is very handy. This is liquid cooled, so it's a liquid cooled 700V twin. Boy, I think the CC's is 698. I believe it's just under 700. But I was starting to say that it's liquid cooled, so there's a fan that kicks on that does work. But when you're rolling, you don't have to worry about that too much, because the air will cool your bike, cool the engine. It does have fins on there to catch the breeze. But if my GoPro decides to cut out on me, go ahead, like and subscribe for more on this Shadow. We do have other bikes to work on. Always bikes to work on. Got to put together the 08 CBR. Working on the Harley. Go watch the videos on that. And the Magnas. And the Suzuki VX800 is giving me a stupid run for my money. I bought that thing, brought it home, had it running within an hour and a half, and then it just shuts off. And the thing won't start. I've been chasing kill switches, and I don't know if anything's working, but I'm ready just to put a start switch on the starter solenoid and go. But I just want to get it to start on its own, and then I'll rip the carbs off and clean them out. But yeah, oh, so nice to be out riding. Like I said, took this out for an hour this morning when it was misty, and now again I get to ride for probably an hour and a half. So I topped it off with non-ethanol fuel this morning, and when I came back it was practically still full. So I am not sure on the specs as far as gas mileage. Probably in the 40s miles per gallon. But this thing's getting more comfortable to me now that I've had it out. I did change the fluid in the clutch reservoir and the system, because that was actually stopped working when I was messing with the electrical system. Have not done the brake fluids yet. That should be on my list. And also oil change and filter, because I do not know when that was done last. She's super, super smooth. Very low seat height. I forget what it is. I think it's like 28.6. and that's good for me and other short riders. It's just easy bike to throw around. And again, I do apologize if this cuts out. I did not charge the GoPro before I left. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm gonna be stopping for that light. I expect to see a low fuel light before I get home tonight, but I don't know. See, now we're in overdrive. I should probably shift. We're down to 2,000-3,000 RPMs. Yeah, we're not gonna be cruising too much. I mean, it's comfortable right now. She seems happy. Wind therapy, my friends. Wind therapy. This is definitely my therapy for what I'm going through. All I said is I just want to have a bike to ride. And I finally do. I'm gaining trust in her. You never know. I mean, this is the first bike I really brought from somewhat dead. Now, like I said, I did ride it home, but then I found all the issues. Boy, there's some strange Lancaster smells out here. I don't even know what that smell is. Yeah, it's time to downshift. We're gonna go out of 6th. There we go. 5th might even be too high. We're going 40. This mirror I cannot get to sit where I want it, so I'm gonna have to loosen that up. It's acting a little silly. I can't get it to aim down any further. It's aiming up in the sky. I can see behind me on the right mirror. Do you guys wave when it's dark? You and I both know can't see each other. Okay. Now we really have to downshift. 3rd. I was getting ready to head down here. I was thinking, all right, when I get closer to my destination, I'm gonna need to pull out my phone and try and figure out how to get there. And then I remembered that I had this tank bag. I had to go find it, but it was really dirty. Cleaned it up. Now I have, I don't think we had cell phones back in the day when I had this before. So there's a map, clear map pocket on top. But I stuck my phone in there, and I'll be able to pull up maps on my phone when I get closer. Yep, used to read maps when you're riding your motorcycle. How about that? Not insane. Guys, it's 2020. I should start pulling out old maps and using a highlighter and mapping my trip out. Why not? Be easier to follow. My phone's doesn't have the biggest screen on it. Back then I would have had like a VHS camcorder taped to the top of my helmet. No live streams then. Oh, someone's burning some wood. That's beautiful. That smells so good. Before I left the house, I smelled somebody grilling. And I thought, follow your nose. You see where that temperature typically rolls? It's sitting right about where there's a small line, and then the line gets a little bigger, and then it gets to the center, and then there's a good bit of space before red. So I'm not sure what all those lines indicate, but it's definitely running cool. And I haven't the slightest clue how many miles I can get to a tank. So I think we're gonna hope that my low fuel light works. Now, I have seen it on, but not since I filled it with gas. So maybe we'll put gas in it before we head back up, if we can find ethanol-free gasoline. What did I say? We're in third gear, just over 50, running about 3,500 RPMs. Just cruising along. I've been riding in all rain, so this is a nice treat. Not getting super misted up and wet. She is a bit cold-blooded. You gotta let her warm up on choke for 5-10 minutes. Don't forget to start her ahead of time from the time you want to leave. Well, that probably wraps it up. I can't think of anything else to say about her, other than she wasn't my favorite when I got her, but it was a good trade. But now that she's the one bike that's running and rolling, I think I'm in love. So we're gonna keep riding her and putting the miles on her, and be happy to be out. So have a great day. Like and subscribe. Watch for the knowledge, subscribe for the power, and I will see you on the next one.